Hey guys, Boris Schlossberg from BKT. Week of March 24th to 28th. We're going to review the trades we did this week. Kind of interesting price action, lots of volatility, lots of seesaw price action. But we definitely, I think, executed our plan relatively well this week. Made about 101 or 2 pips. Most importantly, I think we really stayed with the most important factor of what we do, which is we never let a winner turn into a loser. I don't think this was evident better than in the dollar CAD trade, which was just a really vicious little topsy-turvy trade as we made the play for it. Basically, here's what we did. Now, generally, you know that we like to trade flow, and flow meaning that we like to go with a trend. But dollar CAD is the one exception to the rule. Dollar CAD is the one trade where you can a lot of times fade the spikes on dollar CAD simply because it is just such a spiky pair, and it tends to really do the exact opposite of what you think is going to occur. In this particular case, we decided to fade it because we felt that retail sales in Canada were going to be much hotter than the market expected, and we thought there was going to be a good chance, at least, that we're going to get the move in our direction. So we get short, like right around, I believe, 70. I think maybe around 78 actually, like somewhere around here in the 5 o'clock hour. And the trade does go a little bit our way, then it spikes back up against us, which is not unusual at all. As a matter of fact, even tries to retest the 102 handle. We were very worried about the fact that we didn't want the thing to go above 102, too much above 102, because that was the danger point. At that point, the trade kind of disintegrated on a technical basis. So we get in. We managed to hang out. It sort of hangs, which is a typical thing it does in Asia, and then it starts to really drop and come in. And at this point, this is where I get very aggressive, and I take our profits right away on T1, because remember, I want to take short profits basically at around, I think I took them actually plus 25, which was very, very short. Usually I try to take them plus 35. But I felt, given the spikiness of the pair, given the fact that this was right over here, basically what it was just doing nothing for a long, long time. And as a matter of fact, I think I'm taking profits, I'm taking profits right over here at the beginning of Europe. And the reason why I'm doing that over here is because it was spiking at around this level and not really coming in. Ironically enough, of course, the moment I take profits on T1, it starts to really drop. But here's where I try to manage the trade as intelligently as possible. Basically, it drops down, and I'm staying at break even on the trade right over here. And I'm really letting it breathe. It pops back up, it pops back down. And at this point, I really want to let it breathe, but at the same time, I don't want to give away almost all of this money, because now we're plus 50 in the money, and you really don't want to give all that back. So I thought I did, which was an intelligent thing, a prudent thing, was just to go plus 20 and put my stop over here. And of course, lo and behold, this is dollar CAD for you. This is a 10-minute bar, but it actually happened in less than 2 minutes. It goes from like 30 to 68 and takes us out. The whole trade basically winds up at about being around plus 41, plus 42 points. And overall, given the just spikiness of the pair, it actually wasn't a bad trade. And as you can see later on, yes, it did go down a little bit more. I guess I could have, maybe if I didn't put a stop so tight, I could have milked it a little bit more. But ultimately, this is the key thing. Dollar CAD does not respond to the price action. Retail sales were good, and ultimately they were just no better than what we would have gotten out in the early wee hours of the day, and the thing just starts to spike itself back up against you. It's a very good lesson to learn, by the way, that if you get price action that is contradictory to what everything that you're doing, fundamentals and everything else that's going on in the trade, you always respect the price action. You always trade the price action. You go in on the idea of fundamentals, but you always trade the price action. And here, pressing the trade, pressing the stops was really the most intelligent thing we could have done. The next trade I think is kind of very interesting that we traded was the euro dollar trade to the upside, and this was, we were bullish the IFO report. Ironically enough, though, and this is this is sort of something that you just simply cannot ever predict. We were bullish the IFO report. This was right over here, but we never even get a chance to trade the IFO report because we got in, and the thing spiked out literally an hour into our trade. We got in like right over here. Excuse me, I'm sorry. We got in right over here, and the thing, as you can see, just spiked out because what they did is they ran stops all the way up to the 5660 candle, and K very intelligently took profits here on T1 and then trailed the profits, and we got stopped out basically on a plus 60 on a trade. And of course, now this is a very interesting, imagine point. If we didn't take profits, didn't lock in plus 60, what happens is it trails all the way back to our entry point. And if the IFO did not go our way, it would have effectively not just possibly lost all the money, but would have lost the plus 60 that we locked in over here. Now, the IFO does go our way, and for those of you who traded the calendar, the BKFX calendar, you made a tremendous amount of money as it just continued to go forward. But this is a key thing that I try to talk about in our weekly commentary, that you do not get to choose when you get to take profits. The market chooses when you get to take profits. All you got to do is follow the market and trade as conservatively as possible. This is Boris Schlossberg for BKT. Another great week of trading. I'm looking forward to trading with you guys next week. Take care. Over and out.